Hi, Rihanna Powers here with Behind the Veil Mystery School. So one of the things that I want to speak to here is called the observer effect. And I want to explain how this relates to the psychic phenomena. The metaphysical world tends to operate by the rules of quantum physics. Energy is a four-dimensional item. It's not a three-dimensional thing that you find in Newtonian physics. And one of the things that happens in quantum mechanics is that energy responds to the intention of the observer, and it's called the observer effect. Whatever the observer is looking for will then manifest in the way that the energy is operating. So here's an example. Scientists have found that in different experiments where they're looking at an atom that has like one electron, wherever they look for the electron is where the electron will appear. So it's responding to the observer. If they have two observers looking for it in different places at once, that one electron will appear simultaneously in two places. So quantum mechanics is a whole different ball game. It has different rules, but they're all consistent rules. They are universal laws that operate in the same way that the laws of physics operate, but they're instead quantum mechanics. So psychic information is based on energy, and energy operates within this four-dimensional model of quantum mechanics. So the way that this translates to psychic work is that when a psychic is doing a reading in front of an audience, for example, and the audience is filled with haters and skeptics and just venomous people that are very, very negative and closed-minded, the energy actually will go wonky for the psychic. It's very hard to get a read on energy that is negative and shut down. It's very, very hard. It creates an interference pattern in the energy field. Conversely, if you are doing a reading in front of an audience that is relaxed and open-minded, they can be skeptical, but as long as they're receptive and open-minded, it allows the energy to flow comfortably. So just be aware that there is a phenomenon called the observer effect that does affect psychic demonstrations and psychic readings. If the person is weird and elusive and acting dodgy and stuff, that's the energy that psychic's going to pick up. It's going to be weird, elusive, and dodgy. It's going to be strange, and it's going to be very, very hard to get past that part because it's going to be very distracting and create a lot of interference. And if you're wanting to do a reading, just try to be very relaxed and grounded, be open-minded. Don't just believe automatically in everything that they say. Have healthy skepticism, but an openness and a receptiveness. If your psychic is actually really good at what they do, they should give you tons of information before you ever share any details so that it rules out the possibility of a cold reading. You want somebody who can give you a ton of information, very specific information with details that can be proven with evidence without you having to give them any background about that ahead of time. And so a really good example of this is a medium that picks up on a spirit and describes them perfectly, the way that they talk and act and look, the clothes that they wear, the way their hair is, their glasses, their facial structure, the things that they're saying, their personality, nicknames, stuff like that, without the person they're doing the reading for, without the sitter ever even mentioning who they want you to do the reading on. So if you have something like that, that rules out the possibility of a cold reading, and it's also somebody who's being open and receptive. So be aware about the observer effect and how that affects psychic demonstrations. And then another thing to pay attention to is people's own beliefs and mindsets tend to affect the information that they can receive. So right there, if somebody is closed-minded, you are never going to get anywhere with them, even if you could demonstrate something in front of them. They're going to just dismiss it anyway. So pick and choose the settings that you want to try this out in and practice with people who are open-minded, and I hope you have a lot of fun with it. And if you want to get some more free information about psychic development and chakras and your energy and that type of thing, please click on the link at the end of this and it will take you over to some free video content for some personal psychic development training. So thank you, and I'll see you on the other side.